Oh, working with Adrian on this in Another Life album, a memorable moment I would say is writing this song "Bury Me Next to You," because we kind of made this album by accident. You know, as I met him, Ali Shaheed introduced me to Adrian in New York. Ali and Adrian's manager, Andrew Lahara, and I had only known Adrian maybe for about a month or so, and I sat in with his band, Venice Dawn, in the South by Southwest, and decided to just come up to New York to just hang, not New York, LA, and just hang on the beach. I went past his house, we just started creating right then and there. Like, every day I would come back, it would be like we were doing like 2 songs a day. And what would happen is I would just hang on the beach all day. And then by the time I would get to his studio, he would have like a piano and like a little drum like track that he laid down. The landscape of what we could write about was just endless. So I remember writing a bunch of lyrics. A friend of ours that's in the band, Lauren, in Venice Dawn, he wrote something. He was helping me out with lyrics, but everything was so contrived, you know. So we wrote all of these different poems and just started cutting them up, like in pieces, and then just taping them back together. I felt like he was the analog side, and we were like sampling. We were sampling the poems, you know. So it was like hip hop made its way into that song through the lyrical side, you know, and how we created it instead of it being on the production side. So it was cool, you know. It was a whole nother way to like write lyrics. It almost wrote itself. It was some of the most shout out lyrics of all time, but it worked. It was refreshing, you know. Working with all analog, that's kind of how I knew about recording when I first got signed, you know, because everything was before everything turned digital. Walking into an all analog studio was like I was getting back to what I was originally doing, you know, the warmth of the music, you know. Kind of really having to nail everything right then and there, you know. With analog, you can't stop and kind of sample yourself or fly anything, so it kind of raises your musicianship, in my opinion, you know, because you gotta nail everything. It's very fun, you know, to really just have something in your head and to get it out without trying to sample it, but trying to make it sound like something that would be sampleable, you know, if that's a way to put it, you know. But working with Adrian is very, very fun to watch. Kind of reminded me of just working with another musician instead of just working with someone from a beat chopping kind of a perspective, but still having that same understanding, you know. It's like we're musicians that went in a time capsule back in the past, but with all the hip-hop understanding of how to make stuff in the future. It was like we literally jumped inside of those old records and reconstructed how we would make a futuristic album, you know, out of all of these old sounds, you know.
When you come in and you're doing something that everybody else is not doing, you have to have a sense of if you believe you can achieve it. That's how why D'Angelo is D'Angelo. That's why Prince is Prince.
I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, we don't wear the same size. So and it was just a moment, you know, and the music was going. So he ran out there, took his pants off, and finished the show in his boxers.
You know, I ate good, you know, nice chunk of the brownie. I ate most of the brownie. And I remember sitting in my hotel room, and I was laying there, and the ceiling started spinning.
We got one room, we doubled up, you know what I'm saying? We was just writing hard body, the ocean was behind us, and I remember us being up all night